So you're scrolling through Instagram and one of the other coaches that you are following, they are offering a new program, but now they're charging $3,500 for a 90-day program and you're struggling to sell a $1,000 program. And so you're wondering, what's the difference in these packages? After all, both of you are offering weight loss. So today we are talking about how to design your first high-ticket coaching package that actually sells. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin. Many nutrition coaches struggle with feeling confident, even outside creating high-ticket coaching packages. So on my channel, I help them gain the confidence to transform the health and lives of others, allowing them to create a successful nutrition coaching business. So you probably heard about this idea of adding value to your coaching packages so clients are willing to pay more. But what is this value and how can you justify a price difference of $2,500 or more? And you might even think at first, who am I to offer a high ticket coaching package? And here's one thing that I want you to realize. You already have all the ingredients that you need. What you're lacking is the recipe. And the recipe is actually pretty simple. You have to figure out a way to get your clients results faster, easier, and while they are having more fun. And one big part of this is that you allow yourself to trust that you already have the knowledge. You have to allow yourself to sit there and think, I already know how to do it, and I'm already a competent coach. And this may take some practice in the beginning, reminding yourself, I have everything that I need. Before we jump into the creation of a high-ticket coaching program, let's first make sure that we know the difference between a low-ticket and a high-ticket coaching program. Of course, there's the price, but for me, a low-ticket coaching package is very often practical. So it's about how to cook healthy meals for your family, how to shop, how to create a grocery list, how to meal prep, how to make sure it tastes cold and warm really well. While a high ticket coaching package very often is about the transformation and mastery. So in this example, it could be something like how you can become a role model for healthy eating and fitness so your kids develop healthy habits from the beginning. So the idea here is it's not just tools that you're giving them, it's also the internal transformation, removing blocks and helping them understand how how the parents' behavior might influence their kids' food choices. So what's the purpose of a high-ticket coaching package for your business? It actually allows you to make a solid income much more easily. I know it sounds weird because a high-ticket coaching package is often much more expensive, but think about it. To make an income of, for example, $5,000 a month, you need to sell a lot of coaching packages for maybe $200 or $250 per month to actually make that income. However, if your coaching package is $500, $750, or $1,000 per month, you need a lot fewer clients to make the same level of income. And you can also imagine having 100 discovery calls to make your income per week, or having 10 discovery calls per week is also a vastly different energy load for you. So it allows you to very quickly have a solid income to potentially leave your corporate business job that you don't like, or at least have the side income that you want. And I personally think that a high ticket coaching package is also much more rewarding because you have much more time to actually see the deep transformation that your clients go through instead of having this shallow work that's just next client, next client, next client. And who should do a high ticket coaching package? In my opinion, every coach should have one. And even if you're not ready to create one right now, I challenge you to create a document where you collect ideas of how you can make your program easier or more fun, or getting your clients faster results, or having just more convenience for them. And so you're already starting to think about your ideal high ticket coaching package. And you don't have to actively promote a high ticket coaching package either, but you can have it in your back pocket for clients who are seeking the additional personal attention and the additional support and who are ready for a program with all the whistles. So you don't have to offer it actively, but at least think about what it could actually include so your coaching already goes to the next level. And how much should you charge for your coaching package? And I personally believe to set the price before you actually create the program, because if you have a price in mind, it's very easy to over deliver. So if you're choosing to have a $1,500 coaching program, it's easy to think about how can I make something that is worth $2,000 or $2,500 or even $5,000. So start with the price in the beginning and then develop a program that's actually worth more than you have in mind. And personally, if you're a new coach, I suggest you start with $1,500 for 3 months. And as your education and experience improves, you go higher and higher and higher. And what you can often do is increase stepwise with every successful sales call. So you notice how clients are again and again ready to pay your higher prices. And if you want to see a video on exactly how to calculate the price of your program, you can check it out here and also in the description below. And some of you are already thinking, why would somebody pay $1,500, $3,500 when there are free meal plans, macro calculators, apps for $15 a month? And the reality is, all these solutions are great solutions and there are good reasons to use them. But the reality is, for most people, these solutions don't work. You can see it every day in the streets, in the gyms, and with your clients. If a $15 per month app would solve the weight loss problem, then we wouldn't see the problem anymore. The reason is they are not solving the problem. And it's so easy to actually understand this. A free meal plan or a macro planner, you can easily ignore them. You can always start on Monday. And even with an app, it just takes a swipe and the notification is forgotten. So your coaching is actually much more than giving them a meal plan. Your coaching is guidance and reassuring that even though they have tried a couple of techniques, there are still ways for them to reach their goals. And it also means that they feel heard and understood and not judged, especially by themselves, for not being able to reach their goals. So you are there to confirm that they still have the chance and the ability to reach their goals, and they don't have to do it alone. So you, as a human being, you can offer so much more than a meal plan or a $15 app. So make sure that you remember that being present as a human with another human, especially with your expertise, has so much more power and is so much more valuable than any free app can offer. So let's talk about how to set up your high ticket coaching package. And I want to start with something that doesn't work, and that is filling your coaching packages with stuff. It's very easy to think, if I just provide more, I make it more valuable. So you're thinking more time spent with the client, more bonuses, more interactions, more check-ins, whatever. But actually the opposite is true. Your job is not to stuff the thing with more things, but to actually hyper focus on creating a path that gets your clients to their goals in the fastest way. And here's actually a simple idea. When you try to solve one problem really well, then you find this magic path to get to this place in the fastest, easiest, and most convenient way. However, if you're trying to solve 10 other problems along the way, you're going in all the directions. And I know it sounds a little bit scary to focus on one specific thing, but think about this example. You have knee pain. Who is going to provide the better solution? A physiotherapist who does all things a little bit knee, a little bit shoulder, a little bit back, or if there's a physiotherapist who is focused on only knee pain, on finding the best solutions on relieving knee pain. That's the idea. By being hyper-focused, the solution becomes much more valuable because this person knows the quickest way to relieve your knee pain. And that's the same idea with your high-ticket coaching package. You have to understand what is the one specific problem that you want to solve. So the first step in designing your high-ticket coaching package is actually to identify your client. Who do you want to work with? And I have another video on finding your perfect niche that you can find here. So let's go with an example. And I have here Catherine. She's over 45 and menopausal. She likes light exercises. She struggles with eating sweets. She has high cortisol due to stress, and she's collecting or gaining weight around her stomach. And what she actually wants is she wants reliefs from her hot flashes. And she would like to use nutrition and better nighttime routines to sleep better. And she's willing to make habit changes to lose some of the weight she has been gained. And she also wants to feel confident and sexy again. So here's very clearly the client that you want to work with and what they want. They have this pain, they have gained weight, they have menopausal symptoms, and they want to go back to a life that is a little bit less stressful, where they feel better in their body. They want to feel more confident, more sexy. And the next step then is to develop a plan on how to get them from the pain to their bright future. But how can you find your problem yourself? So how can you find your clients and your problem? And one idea is that you think about what would your client write in Google. They would probably don't write how to balance my hormones, but they would write something like how to get rid of menopause or menopausal symptoms, or how to get rid of hot flashes, how to get fit over 45. And then by exploring this a little bit more, you learn that there might be some big life events that come into play. Maybe there's a medical diagnosis in their family or for themselves. Maybe there has been a divorce or a death of a loved one. So they are starting to think about their health suddenly, and now they're over 45. Now that you have identified the ideal client that you want to work with and the pain they're experiencing and the dream that they want, you can go deeper. You can do a little bit of market research. One really cool idea that I got from Matthew Warroff at Beyond Macros is doing market research conversations. So you're finding people who fit into your ideal client description and have a conversation with them about what pains are they actually experiencing and how are they describing their pains. How do these pains make them feel? What are things that are holding them back from actually getting a coach? What are the dreams? What do they want? If they could wave a magic wand, what is the solution that they would create? And what would be a solution that they would pay almost anything for? This is one way to really dive deeply into the one specific problem that you want to solve and how you can get them from the pain they're experiencing to the bright future that they want. But there are other solutions as well. So you can go to Amazon, for example, and look at popular books that are relevant to the niche and see what is this book, what is the problem that this book is solving. And you can also go into the comments and see what people really like about the book and also what is potentially missing. And we talk about this missing part later in the video as well. You can go to forums like Reddit or Facebook groups. There are thousands of Facebook groups related to menopause or weight loss for men or healthy eating for young mothers. So look at how they are describing their problem and what is that they want, and also where they get stuck. So now that you have an idea of where they're at, what they're really at, what is really the key problem that they're having, and where they want to be, you can start to develop a plan. And remember, you have all the ingredients to develop an amazing plan already. Keep this thought in your mind. You already have everything that you need. And there are essentially two big different approaches to setting up and building your high-ticket coaching program. One is sequential. So you can think about this in a way of weight loss, something like you first learn how much you have to eat, and then why you're eating, then what you're eating, then when you're eating, and then you're building consistency. So you have the energy, then you have the intake, and then you have the consistency. So it's a stepwise approach. Another approach can be pillars. So instead of having a clear sequence, you can have key pillars of your coaching program, like physical health, emotional health, psychological health, maybe movement and wellness. And instead of having this as a sequence, your clients actually go through all these pillars at one point, depending on where they're at. And these pillars often overlap as well. So it doesn't have to be always a sequence. It can also be key pillars, and your clients are moving between these pillars. How can you find these pillars or this sequence? One approach to do this is what I call the 100 baby step lists. So what you're trying to do is to create a document with 100 bullet points without any order, without any filter, and you just write down 100 things that your client needs to learn to achieve their transformation. So you're just starting and writing down all the bullet points. And once you're done with that, you go back and think, okay, what are the common patterns? Can I cluster some of these bullet points together? And how can I combine all these topics into maybe 3 or 5 key pillars? Maybe you can even identify a sequence already. And if you're not entirely sure what is more important than the other, what I like to do is I give a rating from 0 to 3. 3 for each pillar means super important, and 2 means yes, important. 1 is it's nice to have, and 0 is actually, yeah, I can actually perfectly go without it. So you can create a rating between these pillars. Another approach that you can use is the so-called coffee conversation. So if you have somebody who is actually in your ideal client's realm and you make these market research conversations, you can have the conversation, and then during the conversation while they are talking about their pains and their dreams, you try to write down the program. What are the 3 to 5, maybe 6 steps that they need to reach their goals? So this is really just from the conversation, from what you're hearing, just, okay, here I'm the expert, I'm writing down this, these are the steps that you need to do. Another approach is when you don't really have somebody in your network, is to just Google an image of the person. So for example, you can search something like busy mom, or a busy new mom, and you have an image. And then you're imagining how is the life of this busy mom actually looking, and what are the steps that you would suggest to help them reach their goal. So this is another approach of how you can develop your program. But when you have done either the 100 baby steps method or the coffee conversation method, you are not done yet. What you then can do is get inspiration from outside. So you can draw inspiration from your own journey. So if you think about your personal journey and how you solved your problems, what are the chapters of your story? What are the big changes that you went through to actually reach the goals that you have? And also think about, where did you get outside help, and where did you wish you actually had help? All of this will give you an idea of what to actually include in your program. Other approaches are working with test clients and seeing, okay, what is most valuable for them? What works, what doesn't work, what is missing, what did they really enjoy? Then also you have your certification materials. So for example, many of you are using the PN certification. There are already really in-depth program examples that you can use to approach your own personal program. One thing that I would always suggest is think about what you were actually missing in your certification program, where you thought, oh, this would actually be nice, or I would like to learn more about this, or I had to take this certification to actually learn this part because that means there's something missing that you can include. Then popular books, again, Amazon, go to a book that is relevant to your niche and look at the table of contents and see how they're approaching the solution to the specific problem. Maybe you're even buying the book and reading it to get an idea, what are the key steps that this book suggests? You can also search on Google or YouTube. So you can search something like steps to help busy moms lose weight. And then you can see how other coaches approach the same problem and what are they doing well, what resonates with you, but also what you think, oh, what is missing? And again, you can go much deeper into checking out the competition, not to compare yourself, but to carefully read their website to understand what are their pillars, what are their steps, and then again, what is a really good idea, what seems to work really well, and also what are they missing. And there's one other part that I want you to think about. What do you uniquely bring that nobody else can bring? So what is your X factor, your unique abilities? With all that inspiration, you can go back to your initial document and see what new patterns emerge. Maybe you see pillars around sleep and movement and habits and recovery, or you see a clear sequence of first we have to break certain mental patterns, then we have to do this, and then we have to do this, and then we have to do that. And this is then how you develop the key coaching program. Your 3 to 5, maybe 6 key steps or pillars that define how you're approaching the process of getting your clients from where they are right now to the bright future that they want. So once you have your 5 pillars, the next step is to identify how long your program is actually going to be. And I like the approach or the question of how much time do I need to create the maximum results, the best results. So for example, if you have 5 pillars, how much time do you need to teach your clients through these 5 pillars so they get the best results? Another approach is if you're looking at weight loss, you can estimate a rough weight loss rate and then say, okay, to lose 10 pounds, you need 10 weeks or 12 weeks. Another approach is if you have steps, is to say, okay, for each step, I need 2 weeks or 4 weeks, or maybe for one step, I need 2 weeks, and for the other step, I need 4 weeks to actually teach them to get the most out of each step, and that adds up to the length of your program. And if you still don't have a really clear answer, then stick with common program lengths. So 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 12 months, that are concepts that work really well and that are a good starting point. Once you have done all that, your next step is to put everything aside for a day or two and then come back with a different question. The question is this the fastest way to get my clients results in the easiest and most sustainable way? So you look at your program and you're asking yourself, do I need this step? Why do I need this step? Can I make this step easier or faster? Because again, the quality and the value of your program is getting them results faster, easier, while having more fun. And this is the key question now, that you reflect on how can I make this the easiest and the most convenient and the fastest. One of the most common mistakes that I see is that coaches try to sneak in some extra benefits, some things that they would like the clients to have as well. But what this means is they're getting distracted. So you're moving a little bit in this way so they can't catch this other benefit, or they're moving in this direction to get this benefit. But this is not what they are paying you for. They are paying you to get the specific result in the fastest, easiest, and most convenient way. So when you're noticing that you're hanging on to something because it also creates this benefit or it also creates this benefit, then be very hard on it and actually remove it to see if you still are getting to the big solution. because that's the key, the bright future that you're promising. And one way to actually test this is to officially say, hey, I have this new coaching program and I'm seeking test clients. And there you're giving 50% or 60% discount and saying, hey, this is completely new. You're testing this. And if you're up to it, then let's go and let's try this together. And in this way, you see, are they needing more time throughout the whole program, or are they needing more time in specific modules or pillars in your program? Or is it maybe that you're missing a topic that they actually get stuck at and you have to add it to your new program? So this is really key, that you're actually testing it so you know your method works. And from there, then you have your signature program. Nobody approaches the solution like you do. This is really your way to stand out. That's your secret sauce that makes your program absolutely unique. And this will gives you tons of possibilities in your marketing and sales process. What we have talked about essentially is the recipe. So your client brings some raw ingredients, and your program now is the recipe to turn the ingredients into a beautiful meal. But there's one important thing still missing: the tools. Without a stove, some pans, and some cutlery, you won't turn the ingredients with the recipe in a beautiful meal. You need some tools. So we have to think about, what can you include in your high ticket coaching packages so it makes the journey faster, easier, and more convenient. How can you help them stay more focused, stay more motivated, stay more inspired? How can you help them overcome blocks and obstacles and setbacks more easily? So you can think about, what are some checklists or templates that would actually help them get faster and easier to their program. And even if you have no idea right now what to include in your high ticket coaching package, you can at least start a document and collect ideas. And here are some different ways of how you can include information, for example, in your coaching package to make it more valuable, and by making it easier and more convenient and faster for them to reach their goals. So for example, you could include training videos and worksheets and assignments, maybe even a learning platform with articles and videos for them to check out to overcome certain roadblocks or setbacks or answer questions. And you can also think about, what are the kind of information that you can explain once in a video, for example, so they can learn on their own at their own pace. And that actually means that they have more personal attention and feedback from you. So whatever you can explain once, you can add this to your high ticket coaching package in the form of a video or an article. And by that, you're actually giving them more time with you. And another bold approach is, for example, you look at what your competition is offering, and you're essentially offering what your competition is offering as a free bonus. So if they have a training program for new moms and you want to offer nutrition for your new moms, your best free offer is to offer a free training program for new moms, so you have nutrition and the training program, and they don't have anything anymore. So this is a really bold move to add to your high ticket coaching package. Adding some form of community is another way to greatly increase the value of your coaching program. If you allow your clients to connect in some way, they can support each other, they can inspire each other, they can help each other. They maybe even are able to connect outside the group, and maybe they have new friendships or maybe new business opportunities, depending on what you're offering. And also, you can think about tools and resources to add to your program. So for all the PN coaches who are watching this video, PN has all the amazing assessments in their certification program, including some of these exercises like the 5 Why exercise. Can you take some of these assessments that you know will be important and add them as a digital form? So it's very easy for them to do the exercise while they're at home, so you have more time to reflect and clarify some of the questions in the actual coaching conversation. Maybe you can add an ebook or video courses that you already have, or maybe you're doing an email series on kitchen makeover, so you're not spending so much time on this in your program when you can do it once. Other ideas are grocery checklists, workout programs, meal ideas for unexpected long days at work, cool down routines after a workout, 10-minute stretch routines. You can even add something like difficult social situation scripts, maybe body image difficulties, or you get another coach who focuses on body image issues and they're doing a 1 hour training that you record and you can share it. Maybe you have a restaurant preparation guide. Again, whatever you can add that makes the journey for them faster, easier, and more convenient is a big benefit for your program. You might be wondering, okay, what is enough? How much should I include? And a rough estimate for me is everything that you add has a value. And if you sum all of the things that you included up, then you get double the price of the coaching package. Because the idea is you are getting the coaching with you, the personal attention, and all the benefits. So you're already at least you're already bringing 3 times more value than they've actually paid for. So it becomes a no-brainer for them to say, oh, even though they are saying, okay, this is $1,500, but I get actually the value of $5,000. And how do you structure your high-ticket coaching program? One of the main things that you're going to control is access to you, how much time they're going to spend with you. And if you're doing a group coaching program, they are spending less time with you, so it's less expensive. And if you're doing a high one-on-one individualized program, then they're spending a lot of time with you. And one of the key questions that I always ask myself is, how often do I need to meet with them? So for example, how much time do they actually need to make progress? For me, my rule of thumb is you often don't see a change from a nutritional change, so a weight change within 1 week. So I often do 2 weeks between coaching sessions to allow for enough time to actually see, are the nutritional changes that we are making actually having an effect? And between these coaching sessions, I offer a check-in form. And if you're wondering how it looks like, you can check it out here where you can download and see the approach to the check-in form. And then I have email support and messenger support, and for my high-ticket clients, it's always unlimited. They can always send me an email or Facebook messages, and I promise to respond to them during the week within 24 hours. Another opportunity to get time with you is a private coaching group, so only your high-ticket coaching clients are actually in this group. And one final tip, because I see it so often, don't just talk about the time you're spending with them, actually clarify what does it actually mean. So a coaching session with you means that they are getting individualized support that makes sense in their real life, in the context of their real life. So make sure it's not just 60 minutes with me, but 60 minutes to create a certain very clear benefit for them. Now that you have your coaching program, the actually exciting part starts. You have to market it, you have to sell it, and you have to deliver it. And if you want to see a video on how a master sales coach sold me a $3,500 90-day program, you can check out the link here and also in the description below, where you can see the full conversation with all the questions and all the structure and how she actually wrapped up the sale. So I highly recommend you check this out. And if you're tired of holding yourself back all the time, if you want to stop feeling like a failure who always says they want to do something but never actually do it, I want you to invite you to my free course, How to Sell Your First $1,500 Coaching Package. It's designed to give you the tools to develop your coaching package, but it also includes how much to charge and also the marketing process and the delivery process. Through this through this course, you will gain the confidence to finally turn your passion into a business, knowing that you are making the right decisions. So you can actually lean into your best self and become your best self. And through this process, you will inspire your new clients to become their best selves and get the best results. So if that sounds exciting to you, the link is in the description below. And now I'm curious, what questions do you still have? What videos would you like to see next? And what was the most valuable takeaway from this video? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos on creating your package, overcoming imposter syndrome, so you can actually put yourself out there and fill your coaching program, then please consider liking and subscribing this video so you see more videos just like this. And if you want to be in touch with me personally, you can always reach out on Instagram. The link is also in the description below.